Hi, and welcome to Old School Blues Guitar. It is time again for the song breakdown for September and October 2016. Got a request for a great Howlin' Wolf tune called Everybody's in the Mood, which featured Willie Johnson on the electric guitar. And this is really a great song. Whoever requested this one, you did well. Loaded with all kinds of ideas and techniques from the playing of Willie Johnson. A lot of chords, a lot of single string runs, a lot of really creative ideas. So let's get started. The way I'm going to do this is just go through the song from the start to the finish, verse by verse. I don't claim to know everything or have figured out everything, but I think I figured out a good deal of it. And so hopefully by going through this with you, if you notice anything I did wrong or have any other ideas, you can suggest them and we can figure this thing out. It's in the key of G, and the first part of the song is a kind of a stop time introduction with Howlin' Wolf playing the harp, and Willie Johnson does a couple chords at the very beginning, and I am going to play the original tune behind me. I usually don't do that out of fear of the copyright police, but I'm going to play this and show you what he's doing here. So that very first part at the beginning when the harp plays, he throws in a chord there. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It sounds to me like it's an A ninth chord. So he's playing in G, so I've got my second position ninth chord shape here, the 10th fret, my ring finger on the first three strings. And it sounds to me like he's just moving that down to, or up to, and hitting maybe the top three strings of that. And the volume he has, he's playing at such great volume. Maybe that's what gives it that sound. I tried other chords. I tried the 7th chord. I don't hear that. I hear, or the G ninth, maybe, but I think it's this one. Right there. And then you count the song in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then he throws this little double stop lick in. So this is one, I've got my first finger, song's in G, so my first finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd and 3rd strings, and I'm going to hammer on with my 2nd finger to the 4th fret of the 3rd string, getting the 2nd string in there too. It sounds like he plays that twice like this. 1, 2. And then he flattens out his ring finger on the 5th fret, goes back to that, hammer on, and then I'm hearing the 5th fret of the 4th string to the 3rd fret. So like this. So let's do that one more time together with the song. Gotta botch that, I forgot to count, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And he might be leading into that with a 5th fret of the 4th string. Like that. So he does this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then into the song. That's what I hear. And then the first verse, we're going to use all chords. And let me show you the chords that I think we're going to use. The first, he's playing, actually he's going to use these 9th chord shapes again. So he's going to use a second position 9th chord, but emphasize, it sounds to me like he's getting mostly the top 3 strings. So here's a G ninth with my 2nd finger on the 10th fret of the 5th string. That makes it a G. And then, and my first finger is on the 9th fret of the 4th string, and my ring finger is flattened out at the 10th fret, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings. And then he also uses that same shape here at the 12th fret, which is really an A ninth. You're also going to hear C ninth, same shape, D ninth, this time with the 2nd finger at the 5th fret of the 5th string. And then he's going to use a G sixth. And I don't know how he's playing that exactly. He could be just playing the 3 fingers here with my first finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string my second finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string, and my ring finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. Or he could be playing the full F shape G, like that, with my pinky on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. So I don't know which one he's using. And then he also throws in a C in here, which I'm not sure what it is, but I'm hearing this. A C7th. So I'm making a D shape, but on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. So here's my first position bar chord, C. What I'm doing is taking my first finger on the 8th fret of the 4th string, my second finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string, and my ring finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. And then I think I hear the pinky on the 10th fret of the 1st string. Whoops. Something like that. So let me show you, let's play the verse. I'll play along with it the best I can and show you what he's doing here. This is the first verse of Howlin' Wolf's Everybody's in the Mood. It's not perfect. I missed one of the chords there. So he starts out with one of those again. So he's like a A9. He does a smear or slides it up or down the neck. And then he's going to go to the G9 to a C9. So the first, he does a lot of these cool movements with the chords instead of just playing. Instead of just keeping a little rhythm. A lot of guys, when they play stuff like this, they don't use their creativity. They just keep the chord, keep the beat, pretty boring. But Willie Johnson was great at mixing up what he was doing with the chords. So he starts out, and then he hits it again, and then he's going to slide it to a D9, and then into the G6. So there's kind of a cool idea. So he's like, then he's going to chop that one time, and then he does this. To get to the 5 or the D9, he's on the G6, so it's. So he's going to actually take this G6, go to an F sharp 6, and then slide from a E flat 9th to the D 9th, so just one step above. He chomps on that a couple times and then lets that 6th chord hang. The more I listen to it, the more I think he's got the 2nd string in there. It's hard to tell because he's playing so distorted. Let me back that up on my computer and try to play with that again. I should have the times written down here, but I do not. Here we go. Messed up on one of them again. I'm more interested here in showing you what he's playing. So there's the first verse, and he's just using these chords. So now the bass pattern for the next verse. It's the only time in the song he does this. Throughout most of the song, he's either playing the chords or single string rounds, but he does this for one verse, and it goes like this: G. Sure how he winds that up. I can't hear on the recording. Maybe you'll just keep listening to it. So he's doing this boogie pattern in G, starting on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, sliding to the 7th fret, and then the 5th fret of the 5th string, 7th fret of the 5th string. And he just gets that once, and then he goes to the 5th fret of the 4th string, kind of holds it. There's a slight hesitation there. Listen to it. Sounds like this. And he comes back 8th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret on the 5th string. So the whole phrase. I might be off a beat or a pick there, but he's playing something in that position. And then when he goes to the 5 or the C, he just moves everything over a string to the 5th string. But here, and I had to listen to this a couple times to make sure I was hearing it right. It sounds to me like he's sliding. And I don't even know if that note, that's a B note, fits in there. But it sounds kind of dissonant, kind of weird. But that's what he does. So he's doing this. And then just walks it back. Check the tab on this. One more time. And then back to the 1. And then when he gets to the 5, he does this. Starts on the 5th fret of the 6th string, 2nd fret, 3rd, 4th, 5th on the 5th string. And then walks it back, so it's he skips the 4th fret when he's coming back down and winds up where he started. And then can't tell if he's wrapping up with a chord. I think he's doing something like this. And I don't know if he's got the chord. That would be a D7th in there or not. So let's do that whole boogie pattern slowly one time.